everyone, and thanks for tuning into The Wave. I'm Emma.
And I'm Mariana. We have a great show planned for you tonight.
Each week we highlight a new musician here at MTSU. Let's take a look at who will be joining us this week.
Hi, my name's Rose Starring. I'm a pop artist from Smyrna, Tennessee. I grew up in Kansas City until I was 12 and then moved to Florida and lived there for like another 10 years-ish before I moved to Tennessee. Lana Del Rey's music and like my idol in music. Like I always wanted to be a singer. Once I really had someone to look up to, I was like, well, if she can do it, then I can. Very into spirituality and just the idea of spreading love and light and finding confidence in your sexuality and stuff, because that's something I've always struggled with. I found a lot of my drive and commitment to music from just going through a lot of stuff in life to the point where it felt like music was all that I had. It's something that's never let me down.
Got you wrapped around my finger like a pretty girl's supposed to. You think you're in the lead? Well, I'll catch up later.
Making music is how I cope with just everything that happens to me, and you can make art out of your negative feelings. I definitely need my own solo music, but at the same time I want to start a side band, and then I want to start a duo with my sister. I was inspired by being stuck inside the entire quarantine and just feeling like I'm wasting my time, I'm wasting my youth, precious moments. I had this thought to myself about wearing my sad girl uniform, because I was wearing an oversized t-shirt that I just sleep in all the time.
Okay, I don't want to. Maybe that's what I say when I'm aching over you. I don't want to be scared no more.
Emma and I will get to sit down with Rose here in a little bit, but first we're going to fill you on a few things that are happening in Nashville.
In the 2020 CMA Video of the Year finalists have been announced. Among the final 6 include Tanya Tucker's Bring Me Flowers Now, Miranda Lambert's Bluebird, and Luke Combs' Beer Never Broke My Heart. The award show will be hosted by Darius Rucker along with the legend herself, Reba McEntire. The award show will air on November 11th at 9 p.m. Central on ABC. It will surely be an exciting show.
The charity organization Music City Bandwidth is continuing with a fantastic concert series filmed throughout some of Nashville's beloved venue spaces until October 31st. The organization helps Music City's venues musicians who typically make a living off some of the live shows.
To continue with the amazing news, Tennessee's beloved Grand Ole Opry will be returning to Friday night shows on November 6th. In addition, the Friday night and Saturday night shows will be extended to 2-hour performances. Slowly but surely, it feels like Nashville's returning to normal.
Right after this break, we will sit down with Rose Starring to hear some more about her and her music. We'll be right back. Give it up for Rose Starring. We're so excited to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So who would you say is your biggest musical or influences or favorite artists?
I would have to say the first person that comes to mind is definitely Lana Del Rey, because she was the first role model I really had to look up to in music, where I was wow, her voice sounds like mine, her style is what I want to do, people are actually liking this, and so it was really cool.
Your connection to her was...
Yeah, exactly. I was oh.
Really cool. Yeah. And she's a great artist. We
love
love her.
We love her.
So
awesome.
How do you think MTSU has helped you develop as an artist?
It's helped me develop so much, not only in the classes that I take, but also the real world applications of that, getting to perform and stuff like this, and performance opportunities on campus, and just networking with everyone.
Yeah,
and
so
honestly,
getting to meet people.
Yeah, meeting all the like-minded individuals has been so cool.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So obviously, with COVID, things are a little difficult.
Yeah.
Do you have any upcoming performances at all?
So right now I don't have anything planned, just because it's been a little tricky. But I have done a few socially distanced shows in Nashville and stuff, where they'll have a PVC curtain or something, or not PVC, a plastic curtain or something. So
interesting.
It's starting to adapt. So I definitely want to do some in the future if they can be safe.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Safety is the number one concern
Right,
for sure.
for everyone.
And speaking of Nashville, how do you think that moving closer to Nashville has helped you with making connections?
It has helped me so much. I really wanted to live somewhere that would push me to be the best that I can be, because you can be a big fish in a little pond, but you might not learn as fast or really be pushed to like become your best self.
That's a great way of putting
Yeah,
it.
I love that.
Yeah, and Nashville really has just pushed me there to, if I'm jealous of someone or anything, it just teaches me like, oh, I can step my game up and just be more like them, you know? Like,
Yeah, and the nice
Yeah.
thing about Nashville too is like even if you're not like a country artist, like you can still make your connections, meet those people,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
exactly. And it, you know, it helps to have variety too.
Mhm.
Like, you don't get bored of listening to your friends' music because everyone's so different.
Right, yeah, for sure.
what would you say that you're most like proud of like so far like in your career as an artist?
I would say that number one, I'm proud of myself for moving out here and pursuing music in a time where, well, right now with COVID, it's even more like lucrative, but honestly, like the way that people discourage you following your dreams and stuff, I was just like, oh, you know what? I don't think I'm going to listen to that. So I was proud of myself for that. And then also releasing my own EP that I like produced and mixed everything myself.
That's
That's
awesome. You did it
awesome.
all yourself?
Yeah.
That's really
I did.
cool.
Wow. Yeah.
And I'd been working on it for kind of like a couple years. It was just songs I felt like I needed to just like get off my chest. So I was proud of myself for like committing to that and finally releasing a big
That's
project.
so
yeah,
exciting.
that's really cool. I mean, I'm proud of you for doing
Right.
it. That's
Thank
awesome.
you.
Now you can look back and be like, I did that.
Yes.
Exactly.
Well, since you do your own stuff, I guess you would have the answer to how close you are to having any new music coming out.
Oh, really close. I'm working on like writing another EP right now, and I've been just releasing singles because music distribution platforms are kind of like social media platforms now where you want to post like regularly. So I've been trying to like drop singles whenever I can.
Yeah, and it's so interesting the way that it's moved to like
It
be
definitely
that way.
it is like rapidly evolving always, so it's really cool to like watch the music industry do what it does.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
What would you say like, or like how do you see yourself in like the next 5 years as an artist?
Hopefully writing and recording my own stuff, also like writing for others as well, because I write so much music I could never record all of it. And hopefully living in a city like Nashville or LA and performing and hopefully touring. Hopefully
Yes,
touring.
Right?
hopefully,
That's what
right.
I miss. Like everyone
Yes.
talks about like, and that's what I miss
Yes.
truly.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
hopefully.
we can only have hope. We can only hope and pray, for sure.
That's all we got.
That's all we got. But
Yeah.
I want to know, what's your inspiration behind Sad Girl Summer?
So I started writing this song kind of off a thought that I had when I was sitting inside all summer during COVID. And I was like, oh, I got my sad girl uniform on, which is like just my oversized like
We all know it.
t-shirt that
Yep.
I sleep in. And I was like, oh, that's kind of funny, kind of satirical. And I like went off it, just kind of this feeling of like, oh, yeah, it's summer, but you can't enjoy it. You can't. All you can do is sit inside and watch it waste away. So
And everyone can really honestly probably connect
Yeah,
to that.
yeah,
like,
yeah,
at
for
this
sure.
point, you know?
Very
Right.
relatable.
yeah.
So
Yep.
where can we find your socials?
So my Instagram is rose.starring, and then everything else is pretty much like rose starring for the handle. I do have a website. It's like
Okay.
rosestarring.com, and I think they're all up on there. So that would be a good place to find all the links.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Yeah. We're going to go let you set up and perform.
And we'll be right back after this break.
Got my sad girl uniform on, chilling at my place. Oversized tee and no smile on my face. Everyone asking, are you okay? Perfect, I was just born this way. Sad girl tripping cause she needs to get down. It's all self-care if you lie to yourself. Take a couple pictures to post with this hell. I'll make it look pretty cause I pretend so well. I know you see what I see. Looking in the mirror, don't see what I see. Every day slips just out of my reach. Sad girl wakes up at 5 a.m. I never get sleep, I'm just worried again. The dreams that I had fall apart in my hands. Go relax when men blend. Sad girl summer when we're inside all day. I watch through the window, it all fades away. I wanna be alone, just not every day. Make this go away. Oh, I know you see what I see. Looking in the mirror, I don't wanna be me. I just wanna be free. But every day it slips just out of my reach. I know you see what I see. Looking in the mirror, I don't wanna be me. I just wanna be free. But every day it slips just out of my reach. Just out of my reach. Every day it slips just out of my reach. You see what I see. Every day it slips just out of my reach. No one watered my flowers while I was gone. My orchids withered to pieces and burn up in the sun. They'll all come bringing me flowers when I'm gone. The real turns to fake and the love turns to hate, and my life is a loaded gun. I know you see what I see. Looking in the mirror, I don't wanna be me. I just wanna be free. But every day it slips just out of my reach. I know you see what I see. Looking in the mirror, I don't wanna be me. I just wanna be free. But every day it slips just out of my reach. Just out of my reach. Every day it slips just out of my reach. You see what I see. Every day it slips just out of my reach.
Thank you so much for joining us on this week's episode of The Wave. Head on over to our Instagram where you can find last week's episode and our playlist where you can find Rose's music. See you next week.